My name is Dave, and with all the social unrest that we have been experiencing recently, there's no denying that our government doesn't have room for improvement. Our communities don't have room for improvement. That we individuals don't have room for improvement as we relate to those of different backgrounds, and the police department also has room for improvement. Yet when I look at all the focus, the only thing I ever see is how everything ends up after the police are called. Unfortunately, I never hear anything about where the dad was. And I think our future lays in the hands of dads. The future. The fathers are our future. And there's a verse in the Bible that talks about, it's in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 25, and it says, "Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave his life for her and sanctified her through the washing of the word." A few weeks ago, in my private meditation, thinking about fathers, that verse shifted on me. God spoke to me. And I only was paying attention to the first half. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. Period. Then I started to think, how does Christ love the church? I mean, we don't earn his love. We don't earn his time. We don't earn his affection. We don't earn his attention. And the huge problem I saw, especially in my life, but I also see around me, is that as men, as fathers, as husbands, we have put the burden of earning our affection, our time, our love on our wives and our kids. We see that all the way from those in the ministry to average dads just coming home from work. We're not intentional with our love. How is it that we can love our families on purpose, not because they're lovable, but because we set our affection on them, that we made a commitment? I mean, we either are or are not men of our word. Why is it that I'm involved with my kids and my kids are involved with something that I'm already interested in? If my kids are into the sport that I'm interested in, then they got my attention, they got my time. I'll be at their games. If my wife does something special to make herself attractive, to do something that captures my attention, yeah, then I'll spend time with her. But I think as we focus on changing the police and changing the government, we're focusing on what happens after the cops get called. How can we as men, godly men, love our families the way Christ loves us? How do we love when they're not lovable? How do we love when we don't feel loving? In other words, how do we prepare our families to make better decisions so that we don't have to worry as much about if the cops are called? How can we pour ourselves into our families so that the family in the next generation, the following generation, greatly improves our neighborhood and our communities? Because if that happens, That's the only hope for this country. The legacy we leave, that's up to us. It's easier to focus on the government changing and the cops changing and all this other stuff, because then I really don't have to change. But I feel that if we focus on this issue from both ends, especially from the end of the Father, I think we're going to see greater positive results in our families and in those around us. My name's Dave. I just wanted to share